Yo, what's up, internet? I got the Z here. I've been getting a lot of questions, and a lot of people asked me to do a video on how I got my angle out of the PBM angle kit. So I'm just gonna go over that real quick. Let me move this wheel. Show you what I got. There's my angle out of PBM, which is pretty crazy. That's definitely enough. I don't have anything to compare it to right now, but I'm pretty sure that I'm getting more out of that PBM than the fat kit, and that was boasting more than wisefab and everything else. So this is up there with all the super angle kits, and if you want to, you can keep your hot boy wheels and your stock fenders. I did not want to. So pretty simple. Well, it's not really simple at all. It took me like 2 weeks, but I relocated my rack, which is the first thing, and this is all kind of rusty and gross right now, but I mean, your rack is normally out here further, and then you have your offset rack spacers, and they are useful for braking on you all the time. So I cut off the brackets on here, cut them into the subframe, and welded them on again. See if I can get a light in here. There we go. Yeah, so that's moved up. Then that does basically, to get your use out of that, you're going to need to use some rack spacers. This is the kind that you would use for if you're using just stock suspension arms. I have one bolt-on Maverick Motorsports rack spacer, and then one slip-on this side, and I have one slip-on this side also. And what that allows you to do is have your rack travel further into here before this part right here will bottom out in there, and the same with this other side. So recenter your rack and all that. So then basically you have as much angle as you could ever want with your steering rack, and then you just got to play around with the next thing that will hit, which is your hub right here. Let me grab my light again. So basically this hub is perfectly round, so it comes out to like there, and you just keep grinding away at that until it stops hitting, and not a whole lot more. So I actually ground that down enough and just perfectly so that it, at lock, it connects and touches everywhere. Now I have it backed off a little bit now, so I don't go too crazy. But you're gonna do that on both sides, and on the other side of your hub, just take a little bit out of here. I don't think it's totally necessary. It just gets you maybe a hair more angle, and keeps, you can see it in there, kinda. It keeps just one more thing so that you know that it's not hitting. And then this is the easy part, but basically your PBM kit right here with the bump stops, you will have this bolt and then a nut on the other side of this, and you can adjust that and that's great, but when you're looking for maximum angle, there comes a certain point where you can't adjust the bump stop back anymore. So I just took the nut and put both nuts, actually, yeah, that one nut is welded into the control arm. So I just put the nut that was on this side and bolted it to this side, tightened it real good so it doesn't loosen up on me. Same thing with the side over here. And yeah, get your alignment set up perfect, however you like it. Grind down all those spots that I showed you. Relocate the steering rack. If you're not sure how to do that, well, it's really easy, so just go for it. But ask one of the 240 guys. They do it all the time. It's pretty common with 240s, and it is literally no different with Z's. I got a little crazy with it. I don't recommend, but you can see that my tie rod is bent backwards a little bit, and that just means that I move my steering rack forward a little bit too much, and it's not really gonna hurt me, but it would be, if I would do it again, I would make it so that my steering rack, when the wheels are straight, the tie rod is perfectly straight. That would just help suspension geometry and cut down on things going poorly, I guess. Trying to think of anything else that I had to do here. I think that's pretty much it. You're gonna have to, I didn't go crazy with it, but just extend your LCAs pretty far. If you want to still fit your stock fenders, get some really small wheels and run some serious camber, whatever. But you're going to need to extend that lower control arm. I could actually get more angle out of this if I extended my control arm even more. But what happens pretty soon, and this might have a little bit to do with my rack location here, but what happens soon after this is the tie rod starts to bind, and your steering wheel will turn even more, but your wheels kind of will go wherever the momentum is taking them, so it will feel like really loose, and it's gonna one wheel might do one thing, the other might do another, and it's gonna get crazy on you. So that's why I have my bump stops adjusted back a little bit. But if I were to make the tie rods longer, or the LCA longer, all that, I would be able to get a little bit more, but this is way more than I'll ever need, so I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna really screw with it a whole lot. But yeah, I think that should be it. Make sure you have enough play in your brake lines, not to now you have all that angle, not to stretch them or get them caught in something that moves. That would be a bad day. Yeah, gonna lower the car back on the ground. We were just at Wall Stadium in New Jersey, and I blew a CD 008 trans. That was Friday night. I guess it is technically Saturday morning now, and we just got the trans back in, put in a CD 009. So we're gonna head out to Evergreen Raceway in a few hours and party. Thanks for watching, guys. You can comment or send me a Facebook, Instagram, whatever, if you guys have any questions. I spent weeks on this suspension, making sure that everything is set up perfectly. I can get maximum angle out of it and not screw something up. So chances are, if you have a question, I already dealt with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.